To call to order the Enfield Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Agency meeting for September 1st at 7 p.m. Can I have a pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance. Oh. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Yeah. Next is fire evacuation. If there's an emergency in the building, you can exit through the back of the room, or you can go out this door, down the stairs, and away from the building. Roll call, please.
Donna Corbin-Sabinsky.
Here.
Kevin Zorda.
Here.
Sorry. Virginia Higley here. Ann Collins, no.
Absent.
Ken Kaufman.
Here.
Chris Renaud.
Here.
Robert Gillespie.
Here.
And
You forgot me. You
oh,
forgot
Kelly
me.
Hemler.
Here.
And,
Where are you?
got it?
Mm-hmm.
No, she's
There
looking-
she is,
And then,
hiding.
and then get Chris Lataki.
Yep, I got Chris.
Did you
Oh,
say good?
sorry, Chris. Yep.
He's here.
Accepted.
Okay, and then I want to seat Bob Gillespie. Get his hands out. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is the election of officers. So, yeah, it's on the thing.
It's always this meeting.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, I totally missed that.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so the election of officers is in our bylaws, that an organizational meeting will be held September in even number of years. At the organizational meeting, bylaws shall be reviewed and elections held. The minutes of the organizational meeting shall include the bylaw review and elections. Nominations of candidates shall be made from the floor, and election of officers specified in the Section 1 of Article 5 shall follow immediately thereafter. Alternates may not nominate, they be nominated or vote upon officers. So alternates. Okay, a candidate receiving the majority of the vote of those present and voting shall be declared elected and shall serve for 2 years until his or her successor takes office. Whenever a vacancy occurs, offices shall be filled by election procedures as noted above. All terms of offices shall terminate as of the next organization meeting. Resignation of officers shall be consistent with procedures for resignations from the agency noted in Article 4. So the current chair will call the meeting to order, which we did. After roll call, we will take nominations of chairman.
I'd like to make
Wait, the chair will recognize the member making the nominations. Please state your name for the record and your nomination.
Kelly Hemler, and I would like to nominate Donna Corbin-Sabinsky for chair.
Okay,
Second.
so it's Kelly.
I move the nominations be closed. The
Second.
secretary casts one vote.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, ready to vote. I vote for Donna.
Any further nominations? You closed it, so we're good. So I will say they're closed.
Yep.
We have our second. Any discussion?
I think you do a phenomenal job, and I
Thank
think that it's great you still want to serve.
In other words,
fine.
please don't leave us.
So all those in favor, only full members can vote. So could
Yep.
you do a roll call, I guess?
Oh, yeah, roll call.
Yeah, might as well, easier for her.
Donna Corbin-Sabinsky.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Kelly Hemler.
Yes.
No, Ann Collins. Ken Kaufman.
Yes.
Chris Renaud.
Yes.
Robert Gillespie.
He can-
Yes.
Oh,
he's
sorry.
an alternate. He's an alternate.
Sorry.
So 6 in favor, motion passes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we'll go to vice chair.
I'd like to, I'm Kelly Hemler, and I would like to nominate Kevin Zorda as vice chair.
Second.
That was Chris Renaud, seconded. So do we have any more nominations?
You ain't getting anybody.
Oh, brother. So, want to close nominations?
Yeah, I move to close the nominations.
I'll second that.
Okay. Can we have roll call then?
Donna Corbin-Savinsky.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Kelly Hemler.
Yes.
Ken Kaufman.
Yes.
And that's it.
No.
Nope, one more.
No.
Chris Renault
Yes.
and
Yes.
Bob Gillespie. And
Six
Bob
of-
Gillespie.
And Bob,
No,
no,
not
Bob
Bob.
No,
can't.
Bob's an
You
alternate.
can't. You missed Chris.
I'm a yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
No,
I'm a
you're
yes.
not an
Favor, motion
alternate.
passes.
She seated
Oh, because
you.
you seated him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
but you still can't vote. Okay, secretary. He's officially an alternate, yes.
Did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So now we have for the secretary.
I nominate Kelly Hemler.
No.
Yes.
No. I was going to nominate you.
I know, but I've missed a couple meetings, and I'd like to take a break. And not that I'm going to miss any more meetings, but
So state
No.
your name.
State your name.
sorry, Virginia Higley. I'm nominating Kelly Hemler.
Anybody can nominate somebody else if they don't want me. It's fine.
Second.
Jeez.
So that is Ginny, Kevin. Well, I guess,
Before 2 seconds before.
well, I guess, do you want the position?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, that's good. Any other nominations?
Nope.
No? Any discussion? Seeing none? Oh, close nominations? Motion to
Yep.
close?
I move to close the nominations.
Second.
Okay. Roll call.
My last
We-
day.
Last time.
We should technically vote to close the nominations
That's
first.
true.
That's right, yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, we're-
All
Technically-
those in favor of
Closing
nominations? No opposed.
No opposed. Now you can do roll call.
Okay. Donna Corbin-Savinsky.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Kelly Hemler.
Yes.
Ken Kaufman.
Yes.
And Chris Renault.
Yes.
6 in favor, motion passes. So,
Thank you for your confidence. So it's as of right away
It's
then?
technically not till next meeting.
Oh,
no, it's as of right now.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just read it was not till next meeting.
No, it
No.
takes effect right away.
I was almost off the hook.
Yeah. So, but I do want to thank Ginny for being our secretary for a really long time. She's been really good. Appreciate you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Ginny, you have done a phenomenal job.
Oh, you're sweet.
And I'm sad that you're not going to be, but I'm glad that you're still going to be here.
Oh, I'll still be here.
Good.
Yeah. We'll make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So next on the agenda is a review of our bylaws. They did give us a copy in our packets. If anybody has any changes they want, or,
Nope.
okay. The one thing I did see was page 2, I guess, bottom paragraph, section 4. Just for Ginny, since you've been secretary for a long time. Second to last statement. The secretary shall be responsible for taking roll calls, recording the seating of alternates, reading of legal notices, and signing of agency documents. Have you been
That's gotta
signing
be
everything?
that's got to be taken.
Yes, I was.
That's
Yeah.
got to be taken off because staff has been signing for a long time.
So just the signing part.
So do we need to do a motion to make that change?
Well, this,
Let's do them all first.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Should we change this so that it doesn't have to be the secretary if the secretary's not here?
For what?
That it could be, oh, okay, can appoint a secretary pro tem. So it is there.
it is there, yeah.
Yep.
But that part. The other thing I noticed was the last page, I think. So it said revised September 18th, so did we not, revision 924?
Yeah,
And then it says approved, I thought there was one in between, we approved it October 24?
no, that would have been our last
That would have been
meeting.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Even numbers.
yeah, yep, okay, that's good, just checking that. That's the only couple things I noticed. To change. Anybody else wanna?
There was something we had talked about trying to add to make something easier. I can't-
The bylaws are kind of short, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything? Any discussion? So I think, I believe, Jeffrey, we vote on these at the next meeting so they can be published or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a 2/3 majority.
Yeah. So they'll be approved, vote on next meeting.
Okay, so we do the motion next meeting.
Yeah. So then the public could see any changes we made.
And we will make the revisions and then
And give us
have
back the
have it
copies.
written for you guys so you can see it at
Yeah.
the next meeting.
The other thing, seeing that, is I noticed on our website, on our main page, it says regulations and bylaws, and the bylaws point to the wrong one. So if they could change that hyperlink later. Yeah, on the town, on our website, our inland wetlands.
Yeah, it says November 2022.
Yeah, so when they put the new ones up, they can put it to the new one. Thank you. Okay. Public communications and petitions, or anybody in the audience want to speak on items not on the agenda? Anybody want to speak on items not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, moving forward. Correspondence, I don't have any. No, Jeffrey, did you have any? No. Okay. Minutes of preceding meetings, July 21st.
Before we go any further, I just want to say that I watched the show, so I can vote on the. I was here.
You were here.
Never mind.
Yeah, you're here.
But I still watched it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of July 21, 2026.
Second.
Second, Kelly. Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, just it's small, but it always irks me a little bit. On page 3, under upon a roll, this is motion. What is it? It's towards the bottom of the page. Upon a roll call vote, Kelly Hemler, her name is not capitalized either part of the name.
Jeez, I read it. I didn't even notice.
Yeah. It's a good catch. Any other,
Yeah.
any other discussions? No. Can we have roll, change it to him as amended?
Yeah, as amended.
Okay. Kelly?
Okay. Donna Corbin Sabinski.
First changes, you have to say you're not, as amended.
As
Oh,
second
okay.
it.
You're seconding as amended.
Oh, okay. I second the motion as amended.
Perfect, okay. And no further discussion. Okay, now roll call, please.
Okay. Donna Corbin Sabinski.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
Virginia Higley.
Yes.
Kelly Hemler, yes. Ann Collins.
Absent.
Oh, that's right. Ken Kaufman.
Yeah.
Chris Renault.
Yes.
Bob Gillespie.
I'll abstain, I was not here.
And Chris Lataki.
He's an alternate, so he doesn't vote.
Oh, it was checked off, so
Yeah,
let
okay.
me. Gotcha.
So 6 in favor, 1 abstain, motion passes.
Okay.
Okay. Next is our town attorney report for July 22nd and August 27th. And it's just updates on items in litigation. So, no continued public hearings, no new public hearings, no old business. New business, DPN 2026-07-15, 86 Weymouth Road, application for a jurisdictional ruling for expanding a pond into the wetlands. Angelo and Christy Bosco, applicant owner, map 49, lot 9, R44 zone. Come on forward. And state your name and address for the records. That, you don't look like a Bosco.
Ken Nelson, 17 Louise Drive, Enfield. I apologize to the commission, but both of them do not want to speak. They didn't speak last time. And I know it's hard to believe, but Angelo gets a little shy when it comes to stuff like this. So I am the developer and the contractor who is building the home.
Okay.
So we are looking just to expand the pond that you gave us permission to do. Currently, to the, if you're at the house looking forward, to the right side of the new pond, there is a pondish wetland area there. And we want to, and there's really just like a tiny 4 or 5 foot strip of land between the two ponds. Because the new pond is so narrow, the sides of the pond are extremely steep. We ended up having to go down deeper because the water table, which in the back corner of the house is right at ground level, but where we dug the pond, it's 4 feet below the surface. So we need to gradually slope to get to the new pond, because if any wildlife or any of the farm animals get close to it and fall in, they can't get out, and it's more of a pond for them to drink in, and hot summer days. As Angelo said, the new pond, even though it's not done, is already being inhabited with turtles. We have our daily crane that stops by and checks us out, working on the house and stuff like that. I did send some pictures to Jeff today. I don't know if the commission received them. They did not. So these are the pictures I took. You can pass them around. And then when you're done, if you just want to give them to Donna, you can hold them up and I'll answer whatever questions you might have. I apologize. He said he was going to have the pictures here for you guys tonight. Oh.
He's learning.
Oh, it's
Loud. Our backyard is very loud the past week or so. Sediment control is really good.
Bet that pond's loud. We'll go past them.
I even caught some of the silt fence. The mile of silt fence that we had to put up on this property is all there.
It looks good.
So this is the attached area that it's going to go to, that you're going to connect?
Yes, and there is another picture there where I'm standing in the driveway looking across that pond, and you can see how narrow the strip of land is. So we're not so much looking for.
That strip of land.
Yeah, oh, that's it. Yep, right there. You'll see the silt fence. We can't even get a machine between the two without crossing that silt fence. And we don't want to, go against any regulations, but we want to kind of incorporate them both because we want it deep enough that any fish or anything that inhabit it during the winter, they don't freeze to death and they can stay alive. But again, that 4-foot depth from the top before we even hit the water table is what created kind of the issue. And merging it all together, I think we're creating a much better wetland habitat for the wildlife that's there, not to mention the farm animals that will be coming.
This doesn't connect to a stream.
I'm going to call it a seasonal brook. So the last wetland crossing that you had approved right by the house, under extreme heavy rains, there will be water in it. I'm not going to necessarily say it flows. The 3 crossings that we did put in up to today, and we know the extreme rain that we've had, have never had water go through the actual pipe. So the water hasn't come up that far yet, which is kind of a good thing. So. To kind of get the vision of what they're trying to accomplish, I don't know if any of you have driven down Post Office Road. Right as you go through the intersection of Post, they have that pond in the back, and there's 2 white geese. And everybody says, are they real or are they fake? And from what I understand, they are fake, and the owner goes out every so often and moves them. Well, they don't want to do that. They want to have, ducks and geese floating in the pond. The Canadian geese will have a place to live or to land as they're flying north. But like Angelo said, the turtles and everything, because the water is there all year long in the new pond, I think that's why they're migrating towards the water.
So you won't be putting chemicals in the pond?
Oh, no chemicals, no.
Okay.
And it's kind of a safety issue too. Safety in the sense that, the ducks and the geese that they will be putting on the property, they have a place to escape a fox or a coyote because they can go to a bigger pond.
Thank you.
So, I still have a question
Yes.
Are they gonna turn it into a farm?
It's currently, the Farm Management Bureau, I believe is what they're called, has already gone out and they've done their assessment of the property.
Yep.
There's a little bit of a discussion about how big the actual property is. So we do have the engineers coming out
Yeah.
to do a complete survey of the entire property, and it will be submitted to the town of Enfield by the deadline this year.
Yeah, okay. Well, because then if it was farmland, then it would be as a right.
Yeah.
Right, and the problem is, if we don't do it now, then we're gonna miss it, and we don't wanna go tear the whole yard up again for next,
Right.
That's good thinking.
right, we're not filling
Filling in
a
a
wetland at all.
Right.
It would, so it would, yeah, so it wouldn't necessarily be a right, just because it's a farm in this situation, because you're digging in it. And even doing the crossing is, I just want to see this stream, how this stream, do you know? I'm trying to see if I can pull up a Google map to see if this is actually a named stream or anything there.
I have the original site plans, if you want to look at them, and it
Well, I
just
have
deems
this,
it.
we have the site plans,
Okay.
but it doesn't show that portion, because it just shows up to the,
Is it a side shot? No.
no.
No. Might be on yours.
There we go, satellite.
Permission to approach?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is the big, the next page shows it, but it's, so here's the house,
Yeah.
here's the new pond. The water, and when I say this,
Yeah.
fills here. This
Yeah.
is where we put the last crossing in.
Yeah.
Goes into this area. This is the area we just want to merge.
So this is where you want to expand into?
Yeah, and
Okay,
the
all
water
right.
just kind of flows through here.
Okay.
So we're still gonna have 3 sides.
Yeah.
All natural vegetation that we're not even gonna touch. We're just kind of taking this out, and the new silt fences really would just cross here, and all this would be deemed a new wetland.
Okay, all right. I thought it was maybe going that way.
Explain it again over there.
Yeah.
So I can see.
Okay, that makes a
Thank
big
you.
difference.
So this is the pond that you guys approved for us, and this is the wetland crossing that you allowed us to do. So as the wetlands fill up here, the water navigates its way through this wetland, which would go through our pond and just flows, and then this is really, I'm gonna say 95% all wet here. So we're just increasing, so we would just connect the silt fence from here to here instead of having the finger, and all of that would become a wetland. It just would be a deeper, more beneficial wetland to the environment out there. Anyone else?
So that's this. Is that this wetland here? Sorry, me too. That?
No,
No?
we're way over here.
Way over here. So it doesn't even show.
So if you go back.
Yeah.
Thing useless, so.
Is it that far? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, it's 1,200 feet back.
We
So,
forget for how far it is. You can't even see it.
nope.
Okay.
No, it's somewhere,
It's probably right in here.
yeah,
That's probably it right
Well,
in there.
you can- yeah.
Yeah, that's probably that.
yeah, because there's no actual trees
Yeah.
in the wetland areas that
Okay.
exist, so,
So it's probably that.
yeah.
All right.
Good.
So, yeah, it doesn't connect to any major waterway.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
a
I,
good
that
thing.
was my only concern. Yeah.
Actually, we wish it did, because it'd be a natural spring for the pond.
It would, but this would be a different situation, so it's probably good. Maybe there's a spring underneath it.
Some of it fills.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody have any other questions or?
Commission, if I may, I'd like to really quickly read a section from our wetlands regulations. This is section 4, permitted uses as of right and non-regulated uses. 4.1, the following operations and uses shall be permitted in inland wetlands and watercourses as of right from the Connecticut General Statutes 22A-40 as amended. It says grazing, farming, nurseries, gardening, and harvesting of crops, and farm ponds of 3 acres or less essential to the farming operation. After reviewing the narrative for this original wetlands permit under IW number 727 and the meeting minutes from April 7th, 2026, the uses of the original pond were outlined, and these included mitigating wetland fill as well as providing water for the owner's future farm animals. Because this proposed pond expansion is under 3 acres, it may be as of right if it is determined to be essential to that farming operation.
Yes, but and I have no problem with this now, but the problem was we were digging into the wetland area, so that changes things a little bit.
This is all for fainting goats.
No, I know.
I think they'll be good stewards of the land. I understand Kevin, and he makes a good point, but I think they'll be fine.
Mr. Nelson, really quick, just a couple staff comments. Really quick, I know looking at the site plan, it looks like it's going to be 8 feet at its deepest. But do you have an average depth of that new pond with the new side grading and everything to fix that steepness, or an approximation of how much fill will be removed from that area?
I think we're pretty done. We're done with the depth. So from existing grade to the bottom of the pond right now is probably 14-ish feet.
Okay.
But the problem is the water isn't. So the water's probably 10 feet.
Right.
And that is where we ended up with the high sides. So when we're done grading and everything, we will have a final as-built done on the property, which will include the pond.
Right.
And the grading and how everything flows nicely into the wetland area.
I just say because if there is greater than 600 cubic yards of fill or like ground excavated, not that it's a wetlands concern, and regardless of their determination tonight, it does appear that you will need an excavation permit if it does go over that 600 cubic yards.
But you can see by the pictures, our grade around the house with what we've done already is high. And that allows us, once the foundation cures, to push up to the foundation and finish backfilling. So other than, and I'm going to call it more of a landscaping around the new pond to incorporate them together so it looks aesthetic and it's safe for all the animals and people. That's really what we have left to do. Pull the dead trees and stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, you do have the whole section 4 here, right? Actually?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yes, it's in the staff report.
Hold on.
It also contains the original site-specific conditions for IW number 727. It mentions dredging the pond, but it's just whether or not this proposed expansion exceeds that.
Okay, so,
I think it's as of right because of the,
so permitted as of right activities do not include the filling of wetlands or watercourses under any circumstance. So it doesn't say digging out. all activities in wetlands or watercourses involving filling, excavating, dredging, clearing, cutting.
Except for the expansion of cropland. So just one. He's not filling it.
But 4.3 though.
Trying to decide if you need the permit or not. If it's as a right or not as a right.
I don't think they need a permit because they'll be inspected as it's being done, the house and the pond, so.
We already have a permit for
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
we already have a permit, the
Yeah.
original permit.
Yeah, so I don't see the need
Right, and
for,
we have a substantial
Additional.
bond placed already.
Yeah.
So the only real effect would be is that strip of silt fence that currently separates the two
It's gotta mo-
would be removed, and then when we were done doing the work, it would
Yeah.
just be put
Yeah.
straight across.
you have a proven track record for building in Enfield, and the Boscos have been in Enfield for a long time.
Yeah,
so-
it's not about that at
It's
all.
not
We
about
just
that.
need
No,
to
I know
make sure
that,
we're
but I'm
following
saying-
regulations.
Yeah,
I wanna follow
yeah,
regulations.
Because these are DEP,
Yeah,
Regulations.
yeah.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying, like, some developers don't follow them. I think they will.
I think you're okay.
Yeah, I do too. When I read it earlier,
Yeah.
I thought he was all right.
It's always, sometimes these things are gray. You would know.
Absolutely, that's why we're here. I'd rather ask for permission, because I don't want to go against the tides, and I never have, and I don't want to start now,
Right,
so.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
And it's still gonna be less than 3 acres, so.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
that didn't change.
We could go a lot bigger, but we're not going to push our luck.
You don't know how this works, do you? You sure you want him up here talking to you? All right. All right. I will make a motion to not require a wetlands permit for DPN number 2026-07-15, 86 Weymouth Road, application for a jurisdictional ruling for expanding a pond into the wetland. Angelo and Christy Bosco, applicant owner, map 49, lot 9, R44 zone.
I'll second that.
Kevin, okay,
Can I just make a comment on that?
if you want to.
He said no, I don't.
He-
It's just the word additional permit, because I want it clear for
Oh,
the record that we do have a wetlands permit
Permit,
on
right,
this
right,
property.
right. Yeah, you said not.
Not require a permit.
Right, an additional permit. You're
Not
not gonna-
requiring,
well-
not requiring an additional permit. Because the current one stands.
Yeah, but
that's
this
for
is a different
expanding.
number, right?
It's for expanding, it's different.
Yeah, the legal ad reads differently than the original wetlands approval did back in April.
Yeah, this is a
so-
different DPN, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a different DPN.
Okay,
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I just want the people to
that's what we
think
just
we're
said.
doing this without any oversight, so.
Right.
They
Not
don't need a
require,
permit.
right.
The original approval was under an IW, it was IW
Yeah,
727.
Yeah, so it's a different number.
It's completely
so
different.
it's this one,
apologize.
So we could say the IW, whatever it was, stands.
yeah.
Maybe we should
IW
put the paperwork in the original
727.
Yeah,
You could add that to your
including that the original
IW
approval for the original construction
IW
stands.
727
IW 727 stands,
stands.
with all its conditions and site-specific conditions.
These changes,
Right.
so you need to say approved.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep,
Now, is that a second?
yeah.
That's a first.
That's a first. Go ahead. You need a second.
A second.
Do a second.
Second.
Is there any
Any more
discussion?
discussion? So we're clear what we're saying?
The kids' fishing
you're
derby
voting
will
on?
be on what date?
I was going to say, we're all going fishing.
No.
Okay, okay.
Donna Corbin-Sabinski,
Yes.
Kevin Zorda,
Yes.
Virginia Higley,
Yes,
Kelly Hemler, yes. Ken Kaufman,
Yes.
Chris Renault,
Yes.
Robert Gillespie.
Yes.
7 in favor, motion passes. Thank you very much. Good
Thank
luck
you
with your
very much, and
project.
congratulations to the new board members.
Thank you.
Kelly? Yes, please. And as far as the fishing derby, you're gonna have to fight with our daily train. Everybody have a great day.
Yes, you too.
Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, that was tricky. Thank you, good night. Enforcement reports. We have 14A, cease and desist for 174 Shaker Road.
174 Shaker Road. Last meeting, the commission voted to continue to the next meeting. Rick Rochelle inspected back on July 7th, 2026. The storage containers were gone, mulch piles were still there. Then at the ZBA meeting on August 17th, 2026, the owner stated that the mulch piles have been removed as well. This was confirmed via inspection on August 25th, 2026, using the public roadways. You can see the attached photos in the packets. Following this, town staff sent out a reminder email on 8/27 for this specific meeting today, and then we received the letter from their attorney in response that was included in the virtual packets, basically saying that everything's cleaned up. I said everything they said at the ZBA meeting, confirmed that everything was gone and that they wouldn't be in attendance tonight. So,
And everything's done and clean?
yeah, we confirmed that it's gone.
Okay. So you can do a close the violation.
I will make a motion to close the cease and desist for 174 Shaker Road.
Second.
Second. Okay, Kevin and then Kelly seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Donna Corbin-Sabinski.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
Virginia Higley.
Yes.
Kelly Hemmler, yes. Ken Kaufman.
Yes.
Chris Renaud.
Yes.
Robert Gillespie.
Yes.
7 in favor, motion passes. Close 9/1/26. That's good. Next is 504 Hazard Ave.
Just some general background about this one for the commission members who don't know the history. The Connecticut DEEP was doing a trout study in the Scantic River and Terry Brook. They noticed that the landscaping company operating out of 504 Hazard Ave, Building 17, was dumping dirt and debris piles onto the slope leading down towards Terry Brook. Agents inspected on 7/8/2026 using the town-owned sewer easement access road. While we couldn't see the slope down towards the river, we did confirm the storage of trucks, trailers, equipment, and other debris piles up in the parking lot. You can see the original violation photos. The photo of the piles that are sloping down was taken and submitted by CTDEP. Obviously, they were in the water, and we couldn't do that to see that stuff. Note that the Scantic River has a 200-foot upland review area as opposed to the usual 100-foot. All of this regulated activity appears to be within that buffer. Cease and desist was sent out on 7/13/2026. We hadn't heard anything by 7/21, so at the meeting on that day, commission voted to continue, and if no contact within 10 days, you guys would start with the fining process. However, the following day, Mr. Daryl Niroda
Yes, sir.
visited the office claiming he had moved all the equipment out of the parking lot and wanted to know how else he could remedy the situation. We expressed the need for the removal of the debris piles along the brook and to install a silt fence around the parking lot. Mr. Niroda responded and acted promptly. The silt fence was installed within the week and inspected on 7/28/2026. You can see the attached photos of it. There were still a couple trailers and trucks parked against it. But while the silt fence should protect the brook from most runoff or pollution from the parking lot itself, there is also still the steep cliffside right down into the running water behind it, made up of piled dirt and wood shavings. You can see those attached photos as well. Mr. Niroda added that removing any more of these would damage the structural integrity of the parking lot itself, saying that if they dig it out, the whole lot could end up collapsing into the brook, which would not be good. We then discussed the potential for a paved lot in this location, and while that would mean more impervious surface, a paved lot with a solid, clean edge that drains elsewhere would appear to be better than the existing conditions at this site if it is going to continue to be used as a parking lot. There is also the fact that the parking lot has been in use at this location since the 1960s. That is pre-wetlands regs, so it's technically grandfathered in, but with the running brook right there, I'm not sure how the silt fence itself is going to work as a long-term solution. Our office did contact Mr. Naroda as well as David Karat of Premier Property Management last week to inform them about the meeting tonight. And they responded with a couple emails claiming they thought everything was fixed because of the silt fence. They also added that the property owners do not want to pave the site. So town staff reiterated the fact that it is up to the commission to decide whether or not the situation is entirely remedied. And town staff also suggested the use of millings for the parking lot and maybe some vegetated matting for the steep slope that goes down into the brook if paving the lot is not an option.
How you doing? Well, my name's Daryl Naroda. I live at One Harvest Road, and I'm here to
Yeah.
I'm here for Premier Property Management.
Yeah.
Just to make things clear, the original cease and desist letter was not sent to the correct address, so we did not have it. The only way we found out is because I was actually watching the meeting that night,
Oh.
and we came in the next day.
Nice.
And so on the 21st, we were on the 22nd.
Yeah.
We did have piles of brush and stuff in the parking lots. As far, and I've told Jeff, there's logs and the tree all the tree trips from the wooden stuff is actually from the town when they went and cut all the trees down. They put all that down there. They put all the snow down there when we have extra snow storms and stuff like that. So that's all them. We did have grass clippings and multiple other things. We took it all out that day. And we got rid of everything. We have currently a couple of trucks there. We park on the other side now. There is a trailer that is over there, but there's nothing in it. And we have 4 pieces of equipment. We have 2 Bobcats and 2 loaders that are down there for snow removal. That is it. As far as anything wanting, like millings, we could definitely talk to the landlord and see if that's what he would want to do. But as far as you guys literally just put a whole bunch of wood chips down there and logs lining everything within the last 2 years.
Do you know that?
You could,
Yeah. Yeah, who do you talk to? Is it
I'm-
Buildings and Grounds or?
I'm not entirely sure. I can look into it.
That would be nice, yeah.
they
Yeah.
come down there about once a month to do maintenance down there.
Yeah, and
So
they
if
dump
They
stuff?
cut up any trees that fall down, they fix the roads with
Wouldn't
more
it be
rocks and
Public
stuff like that.
Works?
But
Yeah, who's doing it, yeah.
Yeah, we can find out. I can talk to
Why would they dump it
Donald
there
Moons and see if it's
Yeah.
any of that.
Yeah, we gotta find out first who's
Yeah.
dumping it. Tell them to stop.
and then that's not an excuse for us dumping the brush and
No.
Right,
stuff
right,
like that.
but just
The,
compound it.
the silt fence is only gonna do so much, like, it is the bank that's the biggest concern.
It is,
'cause
yep.
That's gonna continue to just erode away, we get the rain like we've been having. It would be best to do some sort of planting along this, this slope. It's gonna be tough. Something, some natives or something to stabilize it.
I mean, we could definitely throw some hay netting up in there and throw some wild grass in there.
That would
but-
be
Yeah.
the best thing to do, something quick to stabilize it, or else you're gonna lose that driveway anyways, over time.
And then also, I would like to bring up that.
You don't want
we
DEP to
really-
come back.
I gotta bring up one more thing is, I was, again, you guys sent us another cease and desist this past Friday and sent it to the wrong address again.
You did.
And I got a call from a landlord, because we're 504 Building 17, saying that this is all still going on.
Another
I
one
am
out?
not sure who sent that. We did not send anything.
Probably went to the
At least from
owner.
Wetlands. I'm not sure if Planning and Zoning sent anything, but as far as Wetlands goes, we have not.
Owner.
Yeah,
It goes to the property owner,
Yeah.
not who's renting or using the space.
Okay,
That's who it goes to,
all right,
always, yeah. Because that's ultimately who's responsible.
all right.
Yeah, nothing else was sent out from Wetlands. That may be a
don't
zoning
have-
violation. I'm not sure though, because as far as Wetlands is concerned, we sent the original one back in July 13th, but it wasn't delivered. And then once you did know about it,
Right, right.
very prompt and
yeah.
communicative with us.
You don't have a copy of it?
I'm sorry?
You don't have a copy of it with you?
No, the landlord called me yesterday
Yeah.
when he said, hey, we just got to, you're not complying with whatever
Yeah.
they said that we're doing.
Yeah.
It would have been Rick.
I feel like I'm remembering, I think Rick might have sent them something, so that's a zoning violation, if anything. I'm not entirely familiar with it. So yeah, that wouldn't be a wetlands concern, that would be a PCC concern.
Yeah, yeah. No.
And if Rick knows the person
It
using
was
the
planning and zoning
property.
about
Yeah,
storing
it is
parking down there.
It is zoning. So that's not us, unfortunately. Oh, wait.
Kinda
Yeah,
is.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, because they don't want the vehicles down there because of the wetlands. So, with that being said, there was plenty of businesses down there for decades now.
Right, so it's
parking
not just you guys, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The top of the TV says planning and zoning.
Yeah.
Set in the wetlands.
Oh, just changed it.
Well, and this, this was sent by you, Jeffrey, by the way.
Oh, yeah, yeah, the end of this cease and desist says something about planning and zoning.
Yeah, the whole thing does. This whole order.
The date on that, does it say the date issued?
See, issue.
Oh, this is, 13th of July. So this is,
So that's the original one, yeah. But that, again, that was sent out,
Maybe 2 copies were sent, and then it finally made it to him?
yeah, I
the
think
same-
that's
it's the
maybe
same
what
one.
happened if it's
we
not.
never got the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
Maybe that's
this,
the first one
if
that
anything,
got
this,
you.
it's the same date, so this one that just came to you guys is the first one.
Oh,
So-
wow, that's really late. Okay, all right.
Well, thank you for fixing it beforehand.
Okay.
Okay, so, probably do some kind of netting or something on the
Yeah.
bank and,
I think if he puts the netting down, we
It'll
can
help.
close it
well,
out,
there
but
has to
not
be a
until
planting,
then.
because even the netting is,
We have the highway grass that we can plant that we do all the time, and we plant on the side of the roads. So yeah, we could put a hay net down
Yeah.
with a field grass.
I think if you do that, that'll help stabilize it. Like I said, I hate to have DEP going up there again and,
No, I get it, I
them
understand.
getting involved.
yeah. Keep them out. And then you'll find out from town who's,
Yeah.
I will ask around and figure out
Stop.
what's going on with that cutting and there.
So,
Because you've seen all the logs, I mean, they're going up and down.
Yeah, no,
the entire
when we were out there inspecting, we
yeah,
we
you
talked
you
about that.
definitely cleaned it up, so we appreciate that,
Yeah.
getting that all cleaned up, and you're not dumping anymore. In terms of the vehicles, that's another whole thing, that's
Yeah.
more zoning though,
More
right?
zoning.
Yeah, than us, because there's no, these are trailers, which I
Yeah.
don't really concerned about myself, but, yeah, so if you put that in and then submit those, then we'll just hold this for now until
Keep it open
we
until-
get evidence of that, and then we can lift that.
Yeah, so once those are in, you can schedule an inspection, and we'll have an agent, probably me, go out and make sure it's all there, and then at the next meeting, assuming everything's up by then, we can
yeah,
go over it again, see if it's adequate.
All right.
Move on.
Yeah, they-
And I would tell you that if you do see town people going down there, I
Call 'em.
would, let him know and tell them that, so that, because if it's, property that you're responsible for,
It's the same group
Yeah.
that go down there every
Yeah.
month.
I will ask around
Yeah.
and see who does clean up in there.
Okay.
Yeah, take a picture,
yeah, take a picture,
yeah, then we'll see.
yeah,
And thank you for, acting on it right away.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
We'll see you next month.
Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our next meeting's in 2 weeks. I don't know if that gives you time.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. We'll have
Yeah.
it handled.
Yeah, okay.
And you don't necessarily even have to come to the meeting if you provide him with the pictures that you've done.
As long as you,
Because I actually won't be available.
Okay.
as long as you send me everything, I will put it
Well, I'll
together and
inspect it and,
have them see it and inspect
Get a
it.
notice.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
To the right address?
Right address. Building 17.
Months later. All right. Thank you.
Give him your address so that you get the correct.
You guys got my email too, so.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, that stays open. Okay, next is planning staff report.
Donna, if I might, we need a motion to uphold and to vote on it, to keep it
For
open,
this? No, we're just keeping it
I
open.
think.
Yeah, not to keep it open.
We don't vote on it.
Yeah, we just vote to close it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So it stays open. Yes, and now planning and staff report?
1 second. Really quickly, just as per request of the chair, I would like to inform the commission of the following. Planning and Zoning Office received a complaint from a neighbor regarding the property at 92 Post Office Road. The complaint being that the owner of record has spread topsoil within the upland review area and cut into the proposed conservation easement area as mapped on the site plans. However, our new wetlands permits allow for the spread of up to 4 inches of topsoil as part of the general conditions. Additionally, the conservation easement is not filed on the land records. It's also not under wetlands jurisdiction. There's no wetlands in the easement. Looking at satellite imagery, the area has been cut back since September of 2025, so that's a year ago already, and no topsoil was spread in this area. So due to these facts and after discussion with town staff, it was decided that no action was to be taken regarding this complaint. Just wanted to make the commission aware of the situation.
Yep, there was more to that, but. Okay.
There always is.
Anything else on your staff report? Oh, did you get us our, well, back on, after our last meeting, you sent
Yep.
us a little email with an update?
Yep. Sandy is working on compiling the new list of all of the active permits issued and their status. She's making it all into a nice Excel sheet,
Perfect.
color-coded. It's very pretty. I looked at it
Oh,
today.
nice.
So it's not complete yet, though. She's still going back all the way back to 2020, 2021.
Yep.
And just looking at all the post approvals for that. So it's in progress. It's going to be all nice and done up for you
Oh, good.
soon, but it's not ready yet.
That'd be nice. Thank you. Yeah. And then we asked about Yankee Casting.
I did talk to Rick. I know he was out for a while, but I didn't hear any updates.
Yeah,
So,
that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, that's been years. It's really a priority because I'm sure
Yes.
that pile's just getting bigger.
Oh, it's getting bigger and bigger, yeah.
Probably is leaching.
I will talk to Rick about it tomorrow and
I
see.
know it went to somebody,
Yeah,
some
I'll
attorneys or
I'll see if
something, but
there's
just
anything
some
we can
kind of
send
update.
them to kind of light a fire underneath them and see what's going on.
Yeah, just
So,
some kind of update
yeah.
besides,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't know. Oh, and then you talked about the inspection for 612 Hazard Avenue and 29 King Street. He was going to ask about that.
Oh, yeah.
612 Hazard Ave, I think that was the Blair Manor.
Yes. Yeah, no, but he responded to that it was all set. It wasn't actually.
Well, I just wanted to say it in
Yeah.
public,
Oh, okay.
because it didn't come in public.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Right. We determined that it wasn't a wetlands issue. If anything, it was a zoning issue. Again, Rick was going to look into it, but I don't know where his progress is with that,
Okay.
if anything. Same thing as
29 King Street?
Bob's
Yeah.
potential violation was not a wetlands issue, passed on to Rick. He does have a lot on his plate, so I'm not sure about his progress with any of that. But
Okay.
The 612 hazard, that culvert definitely goes down into the Scantic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no way it doesn't. Eventually. There's a spillway right next to it where it's draining into. But they cleaned it up, so
Yeah, I
it's
think
fine.
I
It's fine.
drove
Yeah,
by.
I think
It's fine now.
when we went and inspected, the only piles we saw were like in the back, way away from
Yeah, they
any of
cleaned 'em up.
the culvert or the spillway or any of where those cattails were.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's why we passed it along, is that there wasn't any immediate wetlands concerns that we saw from inspection.
Yeah.
The stuff that was there, we thought may have been a zoning thing, so we passed it on to
Okay,
zoning enforcement.
perfect. Next is applications to be received. We received one today. IWW 733, 47 Weymouth School Road, application for a wetland permit to construct an in-ground fiberglass swimming pool and associated site improvements. Kate Bombara, I'm not sure if I said that right. Applicant Gary Clavet, owner, map 68, lot 48, R33 zone. Okay. And then anything under miscellaneous? Anybody? Did you, I just had a question on, did they come up with any procedures how we do our violations? I don't think so, because you didn't give us anything.
No, no.
Yeah. Like
I think
the
were
steps
you
that we
asking
would follow if we
asking
wanted-
about the like fining process specifically? I think
yeah.
it was.
If we wanted to find
Yeah.
somebody, what are the steps I would have to?
I think when, because that was specifically for 504 hazard, and then when they came in the next day to
Yeah.
remedy everything, I think that.
Well, I
kinda
think we
got-
should have the steps in our,
Yeah,
written down so
I
as we
agree.
know.
I
We
We
agree.
don't have to question it.
then we know what, make sure we do it right, you know?
Yeah,
For future,
yeah.
if we ever use it. Okay. That's all I got. Anybody else have anything?
I move to adjourn.
Ginny. Second?
Second.
Ginny and Kelly, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned at 7:56.